We're fractured.
Yeah, it's better.
Stay together.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Poor Renee and Emma.
Yeah.
Stay together.
We are live streaming and recording.
Okay, I'll pull it together. Liz, the chair of the city of Albany IDA, and would like to call the Thursday, April 18th meeting to order. I would note that we do have a quorum with Christopher Betts not in attendance. Go to the first item on the agenda is to ask for a motion to waive the reading of the minutes and accept as presented.
Move.
May I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, now the report is the chief financial officer.
Thanks, Chair. So in front of you is the 2024 unrestricted cash position through March. There was really only one modification fee received and also interest income, and the expenditures were either approved by the board in 24 or approved as part of the 2024 budget. So we did project out additional fee revenue based on project activity throughout the year, so that's reflected in Q4. So with that, we are projecting an ending cash balance at the end of the year to be approximately 5.6 million.
Okay, thank you. Any questions? Thank you. Now we go to unfinished business and board and.
Sure, so real quick, we've been discussing this project over the course of a few months. It was the subject of a public hearing. That was held prior to the finance committee meeting last week, during which no public comments were received. The project, again, is the construction of an approximate 93,000 square foot warehouse distribution facility out off of New Carner Road, in the industrial park space there. It's one of the last vacant parcels on that circle that is being developed. We have the project applicant here with us today. If there's any outstanding questions from them involved that, I turn it back over to the chair.
Okay, are there any questions for the applicant?
All questions have been answered.
So take them individually.
Please, and the first item is our resolution, the resolution started with two little lines.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr.
Yes,
So
essentially.
here we go. May I get a motion to approve the secret resolution?
So moved.
May I get a second? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, Ashley, do you want to cover this before we take over?
Sure, under the pilot deviation resolution, we just wanted to add that the staff performed an extensive cost benefit analysis on the project, justifying the appropriateness of the deviation that is proposed.
May I ask for a motion to approve the pilot deviation approval resolution?
So moved.
May I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And finally, the approving resolution. Anything to cover for that? Okay, may I get a motion on the approving resolution?
So moved.
Please, turn. May I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's just very much. I'll see you. Thank you. Stay well.
Well, thank you very much, Paul.
Thanks, Jeff.
All right, next item on the agenda is Freedom Springs.
I'm gonna go. Oh,
You leave now?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So, my name is Joe Vetter, I'm an employee of the Office of General Services, and because the affiliate with that has business before my agency in accordance with my approval to serve here, I'll be recusing myself from all votes and discussions.
Thank you.
Yep.
You got it. Okay, I'll turn it over to Andy.
Great, thank you. Just want to note, we do have the project applicant here with us today via Zoom. If there's any outstanding questions, unfortunately, Mr. Manzaro couldn't make it here in person. Again, similar to the project we just discussed, this project has been discussed and analyzed at previous meetings, including the finance committee meeting last week, prior to which a public hearing was held. We did receive 3 written comments prior to the public hearing that were made part of the record for this project and will be attached as part of the transcript. Those comments from the public were also disseminated to the board via email and printed out prior to the finance committee. That being said, the project and request at hand today involves the new construction of a purpose-built affordable housing complex consisting of approximately 120 affordable housing units, a portion of which will be targeted towards veterans at risk of homelessness, and another portion of which will be targeted towards seniors at risk of homelessness. There will also be approximately 3,600 square feet of commercial space on the ground floor. This commercial space is going to be designated as a community service facility in so much as the end user, the tenant of that space will need to make their services available and affordable to the residents of the building first. But it will also potentially be open to the public as well, depending on the final tenant. We did discuss in general, looking at some aspects of document finalization during closing and memorializing this space as a community service facility. So in conjunction with the applicant's attorney and staff's attorney, Hodgson Russ, we will get back, circle back as to where that landed and how we make sure that we ensure that the project represented here in front of us today does indeed stay that way. So we will come back to you on that. And other than that, unless there's any questions for staff or the applicant.
I just have a question. Have the issues with planning board or anything have all approvals now been completed, or are they still going through that process?
Yeah, we received planning board approval last week's meeting. Thank you.
That was my question too. Any other questions? All right, so we'll move on to the seeker resolution. May I get a motion to approve the seeker resolution?
I'll move it.
May I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
On to the commercial retail findings resolution. May I get a motion? May I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And then for the pilot deviation approval resolution?
Sure, staff just wanted to note for the record that a rigorous cost benefit analysis was performed on the project, noting that the deviations being proposed are appropriate, reasonable.
And I do want to supplement that, the deviation, and correct me if I'm wrong, is for the commercial aspect only.
Correct.
The housing portion is consistent with your UTEP, the low income housing provisions in your UTEP, and it's a 10% shelter transaction, which the city and this IDA have entered into with a number of low income housing projects.
And to further that as well, on the commercial pilot piece, we did bring on a third party to conduct a parallel analysis of the reasonableness of the requests and the financial assumptions, finding both of which were within reasonable parameters. So we did follow the path that we typically take on any kind of deviation request, albeit for a smaller portion of this building in the commercial space, but nonetheless, we continue to do this.
Okay, thank you. May I get a motion?
So move.
May I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And finally, the approving resolution. May I get a motion?
So moved.
May I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Hey, thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Nice balance of motions and seconds.
Presentation.
I know. Keep it on your toes, make sure you know how to make it.
Exactly.
It's not all shenanigans that. Poor choice of words these days, sorry. Boy, this is really one, I think it really goes. Feedback, really, right, yeah, I know, really, like that.
Joe really keeps us in check.
Yeah. I don't know if you love that, but.
That's new business.
Yeah.
There is no new business to discuss, and so we'll go to the other business and an agency.
Sure, just one thing, we expect the tentative assessor's role will be out May 1st, which will have continued reassessment. We do look very closely and we anticipate in this second half of the year, pulling over to June, we will restart and hopefully conclude our refresh of the project evaluation and assistance framework. So we will be taking those up in governance committee meetings, so we would be eyeing to have a governance committee meeting hopefully by June, and we'll take it from there. And, we'll get this framework back up and running as our main evaluation tool for next year.
The tentative enroll is actually up now.
It is?
It is, yeah, it went up live this week. Since it's reassessment year. Gave everybody a couple extra weeks. Great.
Okay, compliance update.
The areas remained under.
You said it, not me.
You rub.
Outside of that, we are compliant.
And for the record, there's a financial disclosure that will be submitted.
All right, unless we want to talk about Darius's lack of compliance, we're a little longer. May I get a motion to adjourn?
Please.
It's gonna come up on the next agenda. May I get a second? All in favor?
1 second. No motion.
There's really no reason the public shouldn't want to watch these meetings.
They only knew.